What's up, Leo? Welcome to your November reading. I hope that you're doing well. Thank you so much for being with me here today. I really appreciate you. If this reading resonates or helps you in any way, let me know by leaving a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, the information is listed in the description on how you can book. And you can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Jadestone Tarot. Alright, so with that being said, Leo, let's get right into your reading to see what messages need to come through for you for the month of November 2022. What's happening for Leo? Summarizing Venus. We have the Dark Lady coming out, number 20. And we have Guardian at the Gate, and at the bottom, the Singer of Transfiguration, number 11, number 3, and number 20. Okay, so you are going through some pretty powerful changes, Leo. I gotta be real, there's some shifts that have been taking place. There's been healing taking place. There's been a lot of releasing and letting go. There's been a lot of inner transformative kind of stuff, taking a look at things about yourself that you aren't the most fond of. Scorpio season is bringing out your inner demons. Yeah, but you know what? You're being rewarded for all of this effort and all this detox and this cleansing that's happening. I really feel like you are just getting to know yourself on a deeper level. Even though you probably know yourself pretty well, it's you're just peeling back the layers and diving deeper and deeper and deeper, and you're wow, how far can I go? It just keeps on. The depth that you have, Leo, it's just unreal. Anyways, so we have the Dark Lady and the Guardian at the Gate. So you've reached this point in your life where you're kind of at a crossroad, and with this crossroad, this is more about your personal journey. And this reading so far, from what I'm seeing, we'll see as we pull more cards. Just off the bat though, this is definitely focused about you and your spirituality and your journey and just where you're at. You're at this crossroad that is about you can just stay where you're at in your comforts, if that's what's safe to you, if that's what feels right to you, or you have the option to expand, to dive deeper, to take things to new heights, especially revolving around your own personal beliefs, spiritual beliefs, religious beliefs about yourself, about this world, about just life in general. The Dark Lady is a very magical energy, so some of you have been dibble-dabbling maybe into some magic, or you've been learning a lot more about the law of attraction and manifestation techniques and things like that. That might be something that you're kind of interested in, or just recently started to kind of learn about or look into. And this could change your life depending on how much focus you put on this. Okay, that shit will change your life. It's changed my life. It's changed the people around me. It's changed their life. It ain't no joke. And so I'm just letting you know that if you choose to go down that road or look more into those things, maybe you're researching, reading some books, or you're really just tuning. You don't even need to do any of that. Even just really connecting to your own inner world and getting comfortable, like I was saying, with the Singer of Transfiguration and Gotcha and Lies of the Shadow that's underneath all these cards at the bottom. It's just there's a lot of self-discovery and self-transformation and just massive spiritual growth and development that's been happening. This is something that's been going on for a long time with you, Leo, and it's continuing to unfold in November through Scorpio season. Scorpio season is really making everybody, well, not everybody, it is personal choice and free will, but it's giving us the opportunity to really transform. So there is a massive change that's been occurring within you, and now it's about okay, now with all these changes that have been going on, you now decide what you want to do with your life and where you're going and what you want more of, so pretty interesting stuff. Your intuition's on point. The Dark Lady is an extremely intuitive energy, being able to receive messages from your higher self, your spirit guides, spirit team, ancestors. I really feel a group of you are really just connecting more with those kinds of spirits and energies. You're more open to it. As you're more open to that kind of stuff, that energy becomes more open to you, and there's a thinner veil that like you're able to like communicate with those energies way easier than if you're closed off. If you're closed off and you're like, this is a bunch of bullshit, I don't believe in that crap, well, then obviously you're not going to receive the messages. You're closing the door, right? Whereas if you're open-minded and you're willing and you listen and you just like you're open to receive, that's where like the floodgates are just like so much information and so much feelings and so much like energy. So that's kind of the energy of the guardian at the gate. And maybe you're also like helping someone else tune into like their spirituality, or like what by you. And that seems to happen. It's like as you maybe go through like your own spiritual awakening, it triggers other people that are closest to you or around you, friends, family, partner, etc. Like as you are going through your own inner transformation and just like spiritual growth and evolution taking place, it triggers those around you, and it kind of creates like a domino effect. So that's another thing. It's like the guardian at the gate, it's like you could be opening the door for someone else for them to walk through, and like introducing someone to kind of like what you've learned and what you've gone through, like sharing your wisdom or sharing your knowledge or sharing your like spiritual beliefs and religious beliefs with other people. So I feel like it's kind of like that. It's a bit of both of that. So let's pull some animal oracle cards to go along with this and see what else is happening, what else is going on, and then we'll go into the tarot, okay? So messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in November 2022. So also, like, your intuition will let you know when the timing is right to, like, take some sort of action or to do something, or, you know, like I said, going back to the guardian at the gate, if you're at a crossroad, you're kind of, like, waiting for your intuition to give you the go-ahead. Anyways, messages for Leo, Sun, Rising, Venus in November. So, hey, look at here. We have your energy coming out with the lion. We also have the moth. Okay. Scorpion at the bottom. So there's that underlying Scorpio energy as we're in Scorpio season. Scorpion is a reminder, like, to cool off when things get heated, right? There might be some tension in the air. There might be some things from your past that you've been holding on to, grudges, or just bad feelings towards certain individuals, or just from certain experiences that you are working through releasing. There's healing and forgiveness that's needed to take place, and that's a process. It's not going to just happen overnight. So you're needing to be patient with yourself. Oh, and there's that crossroad. Underneath the Scorpion, we have the Stingray, which is about a choice between the old versus the new, or again, at some sort of crossroad that will bring change. Hawk energy, massive change, or like, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. So we have the lion out here and the moth. So here's the thing. I feel like you really need to be aware of your attitude this month, okay? Because I think you got a lot of good things going on for you. But with the moth coming out, moth is kind of similar to Four of Cups, just in my personal opinion. Moths are, they're similar to butterflies, right? They go through their transformation. They go through that whole death rebirth from a fucking caterpillar to a thing that flies. Like, they go through the same shit that a butterfly goes through, right? They don't get as much credit for it, which is kind of silly. But the moths, they are... Okay, well, I'm getting a couple things from this. Because this might be... I'm getting a message that's going to be for you, and I'm getting a message of, like, how it could be applying to those that are around you. So, I'm going to first just explain how it can apply to you. It's like, you might be looking and comparing your life and your lifestyle and the things that you've done or aren't doing, and comparing yourself to others, and, like, maybe beating yourself up over certain things, like getting in your head, and just, like, there's some comparison going on, and not recognizing your own talents, gifts, and abilities, and feeling less than, or feeling not good enough, or something, like feelings around self-worth and also self-validation are coming up. Then the other message that I was picking up on how it could be applying to those that are around you is like, you might be feeling like you are drawing in or attracting moths. Since the lion is such like it's a leader kind of energy, someone who takes higher role or higher status, they're very respected. They definitely keep their circles small. They trust only a couple select few people. They're very careful who they let close to them, right? Lions, they're loyal, but they're only loyal to like just a few, okay? The real ones. And so there's some moths. Oh, there's some moths in your life that are fake, not fake. That's not what I meant to say. Flaky, like flaky, flighty, come and go. That's what's going on here. So that's the opposite of the lion. The lion, like I said, the lion is committed. The lion is loyal. The lion is highly respected. They have a huge heart. They're very, like, think about the strength card, right? Determined, strong, compassionate, patient, really reliable, really stable, concrete. And then the moth, it's like there could be people around you that aren't showing up in ways that you show up for them. So there's maybe an imbalance in some of your relationships or friendships or just connections in general. And you may be finding that you're like that shining light, drawing in all these moths that come to your light when they need that upliftment, when they need that encouragement or that strength. You give them that strength, and then when they're done, see ya, they fly away. They fly away off into the darkness to do whatever it is that they do. And then, my energy's low. Let me go back to the lion to gain some light and some, upliftment. And so I feel like there actually going to be some people who are energy vampires around you, Leo. So you definitely need to be mindful of that. Maybe your intuition is kind of picking up on that with the dark lady, right? This is very intuitive energy. And like, not even just your intuition, but really paying attention, using your logic and seeing seeing these relationships for what they really are. You may have lots of love for these people, and I'm not saying, cut them off, they're toxic, but obviously something about the dynamic needs to change. And so yeah, and maybe that's like just you're looking at those around you and you're like, wow, like those people, they have loyal friends, they have loyal people in their life. I wish I had that. The people in my life are just flighty and fake and inconsistent or this and that, and just kind of feeling like, where are my people, right? But guys, it always looks so nice, right? On the surface level, the grass greener on the other side. We think, oh my God, this person's so lucky. They have this, and that, and this person has this, and that, and this person's doing this and that. This person's doing this, like, nice explanation. Wow. But what's going on beneath the surface, we don't know shit. Especially like nowadays, social media, we're like, oh my God, that person's so popular, this person's so successful, this person looks so happy, this person just got married, this person just got a house, this person's this person's traveling, this and that, and just like, wow, I wish I had that. But it's like, we don't actually really know. No one puts out, like, seriously, no one is like promoting when they're going through a crisis or when they're going through, their hardest times. No one is out here on social media posting pictures of like them crying, like that, like no one does that. Maybe a few people, but like majority don't do that. They only show the highlights of their life, right? They choose what they put out. They choose how they want people to perceive them. So just remember that not everything you see is actually true. But so there's a couple different messages in here for you, Leo. We're going to move on to the tarot messages. But yeah, lots of intense energy. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of emotions coming up. It's pretty intense. But let's dive into this. Let's see how this is playing out for you in November. Okay, messages for Leo, Summer and Rising Venus in November 2022. Show me clearly. We have Justice reverse, Libra energy. So there is imbalance in your life right now. Imbalance in, like I was mentioning earlier, certain relationships. Maybe you're feeling like there's been a lot of unfair treatment. Maybe you feel like you've been really like trying to make something work and it's just not rolling. Let's see. Temperance reverse. Is my deck upside down? Nope. But that there's impatience here. or you're just feeling out of sync or out of balance. Be mindful of overindulgence or overindulging in things that they're fine in moderation, but when you have too much of it, that's gonna fuck you up. Like, you know, so that is Sag energy. We also have not Temperance, the Tower, Scorpio, making an appearance. So we have Libra, Scorpio, and Sag coming out. Messages for Leo in November. That how many is that? No, I can't take that. That's way too many, Spirit. Give me less cards, please. All right. Messages for Leo, Summer Rising Venus in November. Six of Swords. So there will be some sort of shakeup. Oh, shakeup that brings in balance. That's definitely why the Tower is here, because there's such an imbalance, and so there needs to be some adjustments. All right. We have Knight of Cups reverse. Yeah, this is definitely bringing up some of your relationships, especially romantic relationships. King of Swords, Aquarius energy out here. Messages for Leo in November 2022. Thank you. Four of Pentacles. That did fall on top of Justice reverse, Knight of Cups reverse. I'll keep that there. Messages for Leo in November. Thank you. All right. We'll just go like this. Eight of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. Okay, bottom of the deck, Hangman, Nine of Cups, Seven of Cups, and the Chariot, and Death. Wow, we have a lot of major arcana showing up in this reading. So Pisces, as well as Cancer, and more Scorpio. Just letting you know, the main zodiacs out here. So there is a lot of reflection that is going on here. With the Hangman, you're trying to view things from a different perspective. You're also taking a look at like what it is that you want for yourself and how are you going to make that happen? How are you going to get there? You're feeling a little lost in the current and you're trying to figure out and trying to come up with a plan. All right. And you're also recognizing some changes that are needed to be made, action that you need to take, and what that will create in your life and how that will move you closer to this outcome that you want. Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, joyful opportunities, happiness, being in harmony, just being right in tune and in flow with where you're supposed to be. Right now, Seven of Cups, you're not really feeling that. You're feeling a little lost. You're kind of like head is in the clouds. You got a lot on your mind. Even like with the Chariot in this deck specifically, it's like you're being pulled in multiple directions and you're trying your best to like control the situation, focus on the things that are actually in your control. But there's a lot of things that is on your mind, is on your plate that you're trying to juggle. So it's a lot, and that this can't continue, right? This can't keep going on, and you know that. So with death coming out, it's like there will definitely be some sort of shift, change, releasing, letting go of something, okay? Which we'll get to that. So we have Justice reversed, Temperance reversed, like I said, that there's definitely an imbalance here. There's a bit of an imbalance within you, right? Which you are aware of, I'm sure. And you're trying to get back, you're trying to recalibrate your vibes, recalibrate your energy. But I feel like this is also bringing your awareness to certain relationships, romantic connections, just connections that you have fairly deep emotions for. Again, this can be in romantic. Knight of Cups is more of like a romantic card, but I feel in general just like relationships in your life, people that are like closer to you, in your close circle, close relations, okay? People that you have like pretty close connections to. Kind of like I was saying earlier, it's like the moths in your life, the people that show up when it's convenient or when they need something or when it benefits them, but then kind of just like fade away or distance themselves when, you know, and like, hey, not to say like life happens and life be lifing sometimes. Not everybody can be available 24/7, right? Of course, but this feels like, you know, unrequited energy. Unrequited people that are having like these expectations placed on you, but then like never show up when the roles are reversed. So we have the Four of Pentacles out here, and I feel like these are people that Knight of Cups reversed and the Four of Pentacles, like they want to make sure that they keep you close when it's necessary. Yeah. Like, how would I describe this? Okay, hold on. like they're not this, if I'm really picking up on the energy, like you could be dealing with someone who's not very giving. Like, let's say if you invited this person over for dinner, if you invited this person over for dinner and you had a whole feast, you got the side dishes, you got the main dishes, you got the bread, you got the salads, you got the drinks, you got the dessert, right? And then they just come over and they don't bring anything. They just, like, that's just so rude, right? Or vice versa, right? You throw them this big ass, buffet. And then when the roles are reversed and they're like, yeah, let's have dinner. It's on my place. It's on me. And like they expect you to bring a whole bunch of shit and they have very minimum, like, it just feels imbalanced. It feels like you're dealing with individuals or an individual who feel very like stingy with their love, stingy with their time, stingy with their affection, stingy with just their energy. But then they expect you to give them the full shebang, It's kind of like they expect you to give them the full loaf of bread, but then when they bake the bread, they're like, you can have a slice. But it's like, bruh, I baked you a whole loaf last time. And they're like, okay, yeah, but I am only going to give you a slice. So that's my bread. I baked it. You only get a slice. So it's like there definitely needs to be like a shift in the boundaries at the bare minimum. But yeah, it's just like you're kind of like reaching this point where you're tired of being like used and abused, and just like you're tired of people walking all over you or taking your kindness for granted or taking your heart for granted. You're done with that. And so with the King of Swords, I really feel like this is you establishing those boundaries and standing firm. And this is something that you've been working on here with the Eight of Pentacles. You've been getting better and getting more firm and not guilting yourself. Maybe that's something that you really struggled with, is like you struggled with like establishing boundaries or like saying no to people, just because you felt like you owed them, or you felt like if you didn't do a certain thing or give them what they wanted, like you felt guilty or you felt bad, or you would maybe like, you'd like put yourself in their shoes and be like, well, if I was in their shoes, like that would make me feel bad, or that would make me feel terrible. Like, so I don't want to make I don't want to make them feel that way. But it's like, that's also you projecting your own personal feelings onto them. Like not to say like they might feel that way, but they also could completely feel something else. Like you wouldn't actually know how that person feels, and that's out of your control. So stop worrying about how your boundaries that you set are going to make someone else feel. That doesn't matter. Who cares how your boundaries make them feel, because obviously the lack of boundaries is making you feel some type of way, and that's not good, and that's actually affecting your own inner peace. So anyways, you're getting better at establishing these boundaries in November. Yes, okay, cool. But then that's where things get a little interesting. We have the Tower, so that creates a shift in the dynamic, right? Tables have turned. Even with the Four of Pentacles can represent power. So power dynamic in these relationships could be shifting. Not could, they are shifting when you stand your ground. That's what creates massive change. And you know what? Six of Swords and the Page of Swords, this could be definitely really positive for some of these relationships where you feel like there's been an imbalance. I think that it could be really positive for the real ones who actually like love and appreciate you. They will like, they'll be like, oh shit, yeah, okay, that makes sense. And like they'll step up their game, right? They'll give them a new perspective, and like you move forward. And then this is because ultimately you want everyone to be on good terms. You don't want to have this you don't want to have grudges. You don't want to have like resentment towards these people, right? You want to be in flow. You want to be in tune. You want to be in harmony. You want to have everyone win out here. And so by you kind of taking back your power, like I said, it shifts the dynamic in these relationships, and it provides these not new people, but it provides these people with like a new way of seeing how, like, how much you matter to them, or like it just, they're like your value to them. It's like they don't want, how do I want to put this? I'm trying to like put it in the right words. I feel like this is just like very eye-opening. it's very eye-opening for you, and it's also eye-opening for the people around you. Some people may not be a huge fan of it. Some people may have issues with it, but let them have the problem. Don't feel guilty for it. But like I said, the real ones, they will step up and they will respect your boundaries and they'll meet you halfway, right? You just want to be met halfway. You just want to be met in the middle. You just want balance. You want to feel respected and appreciated. And yeah, so I feel like that's this beautiful change that's occurring here. And it feels really good. So I don't really feel like I need to clarify anything. I think it's pretty much straight to the point. This is just about you opening some people's eyes. You aren't forcing anyone to agree or to follow your rules, aka your boundaries. You're not begging anyone to like put up with this new Leo, but you're just like, hey, like this is how I'm moving forwards. If you respect that, you can join me moving forwards, and if you have a problem with that, well then I guess this is where things end, right? That's kind of like you're opening this door and you're like, okay, you can walk through this door, but this is how things are going to be moving forwards. I'm not going to be giving you the whole loaf of bread. I'm just going to give you a slice because you only give me a slice of your bread. So like, you know, this is like the easiest way to put it. So yeah, Leo, stand your ground. Don't feel guilty for it. You got to do what's best for you. And I feel like this is you just really taking back your power and your strength and your confidence. So I'm going to leave your reading here. I hope this was helpful and insightful. If it was, let me know in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, the information for booking is in the description down below. And you can find me on my Instagram and TikTok at Jadestone Tarot. Thank you for watching, Leo, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye!